What's up, guys? Early as always, you know me. I woke up this morning and decided that it was going to be laundry day, but before laundry day came the fact that I need to have a talk with you guys. Can you hear me okay? Somebody type in my microphone level is not moving. I think it's okay. Somebody type in the chat if you can hear me okay. I wanted to talk about, I actually was going to do this as a video, but hey, Prep for it. Can you hear me okay? Good to see you, bud. Want to make sure everybody can hear because the microphone level thingy is not moving. Yes, mic's good. Okay, awesome. What's up, Robert? Good to see you, bud. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it very much. I was going to do this as a video, but I decided that I would do it as a live stream instead, and in case anyone had anything that they wanted to add to the live stream. Stuck, what's up, man? Good to see you. I didn't know if you'd be up and awake or not, but good to see you nonetheless. So I thought you guys might have some opinions to inject in here. I don't know how long this live stream is going to go. It may go for 15 minutes, and it may go for 8 hours. I don't know. I really don't know. Donnie, good to see you, man. Sounds good. Okay, thank you. The internet's a little bit sluggish here. As always, I want to remind everybody to please hit the like button when you come in. If you enjoy the content, and be sure to share the videos if you think there will be something that somebody can benefit from the information. And trust me, there will be on this one. Gerald, how are you doing, man? Can't wait to hear what mistakes to avoid. Gerald, it's about time for you to sign up for a channel membership, bro. You need you've been on here regularly every time I made a video now, and you might want to go check out that join button because I can give you a lot more updates and that kind of thing to help with you and your quest to become a traveler, and I really think that's cool, man. Okay, so I'm going to get started, and as you have questions, go through it. And just type it in, and I'll be glad, more than glad, to help out. Now, first, let me say this: I have a video already on this channel that's got like, I think it's about 300,000 views or something. It's entitled "What Not to Do as an Expat in Thailand." This is going to fall kind of under that same category. However, I'm going to change some things because I've been here and been here a little bit longer, and I've grown. And I want to get some things clear. Gerald, all right, man. Now, he is now a channel member, guys. We have a new channel member. Be sure you follow the instructions for getting an email, Gerald, because all my channel members have their own Domorelife.life Domorelife.life email. Aaron says, what makes you an expert? I'm not an expert and have never claimed to be an expert. I've lived here 2 years, and I'm going to share my opinion. Now, moving along, first and foremost, I have to say I like to start. Gerald, thank you for signing up, by the way, as a channel member. I really appreciate that. So first and foremost, you have to understand, if you come from a Western country, or if you come from a more developed country than Thailand, your Western entitlement / Western privilege, all that stuff has to stop when you get off the plane in this country. Because over here, especially I've noticed in Thailand, they are 100%, the Philippines was like this too, but they are 100% solely concerned with their citizens first and foremost, as they should be. It should be that way, in my opinion. So you have to have a game plan coming off of that plane. All right. Game plan is the number one thing you need to have. You need to know where you're going to stay. how long you're going to be here. Sorry, guys, tickling my throat this morning. If you can't get out of, if you're coming over to be like a teacher, you need to know how to get to your destinations that you need to go to, because there's a lot of processes involved in getting the right paperwork, visa, work permit. There's a lot of things that has to go on. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, man. From there, what I find the most that hurts the most expats more often than not is pride and entitlement. Those are the two things that just seem to drag expats down to their knees. When you come to Thailand, you're entitled to nothing. Okay, you always have the choice to go home. That's pretty much your choice. Your choices are either live with what they tell you to do or go home. It's that simple. Or go to another country. But Thailand's not gonna bend over. Probably shouldn't use that term. Thailand's not going to bend over backwards, is what I was trying to say. To accommodate your Western needs or entitlement. What I mean by that is the entitlement part, like, oh, I'm entitled to go to the emergency room if I get sick. No, you're really not. If you don't have insurance over here as an expat, especially if you're going to be here for a long time, you have to pay out of pocket when you go to the hospital. There are different type of insurance plans you can get, such as emergency plans, full coverage health plans. I have all of them. 10 jokes went through your head when you said that. That's funny. But the thing about it is the things that we are accustomed to in the West, having rights, for example. While you will hear some people say, you have rights in these countries, and yeah, you do have rights. Don't get me wrong. You have a right not to be, falsely arrested or. But there are a lot of rights that are here that are just on paper. They don't matter for an expat. Okay, don't make the citizen of the country lose face. That is another essential characteristic I can give you. Don't make a citizen of Thailand lose face. If you do that, I assure you, you will regret it, because that's just the way. That's just the way that the system works over here. Remember, you are in Eastern countries now. You are in whole different countries. And there are some things that come with that. There's some things that come before that. So you have some, of course, you're entitled to things like, genuine respect and that kind of thing. But if you respect the people around you, you will likely get respect from them. And that's where a lot of expats make the mistake of thinking that they're better than them because they came from a more developed country than they're currently in. That's where you get yourself in trouble. Let me catch up on some comments here. Mr. Johnny, Mr. Johnny says you have the right to respect others and treat others as you would like to be treated. 100% agree, Johnny. 100%. Mr. Mega, hi everyone from ZEA. ZEA. I always forget what that means. But hello to you, sir. Good to see you this morning. Another common philosophy, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, guys, if you're enjoying this content. But another thing I see a lot of expats do is they get caught up in the philosophy of, oh, I'm in Thailand. I don't have to worry about Emirates. Gotcha, buddy. I'm in Thailand. I don't have to worry about the girls. These girls are just they're free flowing. I can pay, I can do whatever and get whatever and that kind of thing. That is not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. Maybe the case in certain areas of Thailand, such as Pattaya, certain parts of Bangkok. You may go in and be able to, quote unquote, uh, be the man for a few minutes. But as soon as that money runs out, it's over, boys. All that love and affection is over, and that's something that you need to really understand. Whether you're coming on vacation or being an expat, but if you're going to live here as an expat, budgets are your best friend. Good morning, Mr. Roger. Good to see you. Gerald says, "Can you give some examples of losing face?" Sure, absolutely. Um, Basically, losing face, this is the basic definition of it, okay? Basically, losing face means if you make if you point out someone's, for lack of a better term, ignorance in an area, and I don't mean ignorance as in stupid, I just mean ignorance as in they didn't know. So if you have a citizen of the country you're in and they've got something wrong, and then you, in front of people, okay, in front of people, prove them wrong, that they're wrong, they've lost face. And that is detrimental to having a society, having you being with the societal norm, because you're going to be known as the expat that made the person lose face, and there will be some type of repercussion for that. It can be anything from your basic, getting fired from your job, getting kicked out of your apartment. Sorry, guys. Okay. So getting kicked out of your apartment, you can lose your job. You can also uh, be met by the friends of the person that made you lose, or made lose face. These are not good qualities. So rather than argue, like here in Thailand, for example, they have a saying, "Sabai sabai," right? It basically means, I translate it as "Don't worry, easy come, easy go." That's kind of the way I feel like when people say "Sabai sabai." Uh, you have to learn as an expat how to live that way with the "Sabai sabai." You got to learn how to live that way. You got to learn how to let things roll off your shoulder and play the game the Thai way, or um, your life is going to be much more difficult than it needs to be over here. All right, what we got? Johnny says insurance, even basic travel insurance, is a must while traveling. Hospital basic treatments are not expensive. That's true. The basic treatments are not, Johnny. I agree with you 100%. I have two policies. I have an emergency policy that covers me for up to $1 million if I have like a motorbike wreck or fall and break my leg or something like that. And then I have a hospital and doctor's insurance policy as well. And that says that it covers me up to $1 million as well. Takes care of the nurses, takes care of the um, uh, doctor's fees and medications that they give me in the hospital. And all that only cost me about 30, I think it was 32,600 baht for both plans, I believe is what I paid. It was either 32,600 something or 34,600 something. I can't remember. But it was definitely worth it. It's a great peace of mind. And as an expat, you've got to have some insurance over here. Got to, especially now after it has kind of taken over a little bit. Gregory, what's up, man? Brooklyn is in the house, of course. We're relocating to Austin to save money for my retirement Thailand. Master plan in effect. I love it. I love it, man. I love it when people make a plan and then do something about it. That's for sure. Hey, Jonathan. Yes, like button, please. Feel free to hit the like button. Good morning, Dino. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Eagle Eye says, sounds like they have fragile egos. Explain to me then. Yeah, I will. Hey, Aubrey. Good to see you. So, it's not so much of fragile egos as it is the culture of the country that you're in. Okay, you can interpret it. Hey, Brian, good to see you, bud. I'll read your comment in just a second. You could interpret it as a fragile ego, but I would don't ever say that because that's another losing face type deal. I personally don't see it as fragile egos. I see it as a cultural characteristic because all of the Southeast Asian countries are like this, virtually all of them. You don't embarrass, and basically that's what that means. You don't embarrass a national, a citizen of the country. You just don't do it. Doesn't matter if you're right or not. Don't do it because the repercussions could be great. They could be not. They could be very small, but they could also be extremely harsh. I said hello to Aubrey, and Michael in Haiti says, yeah, totally not the same. China and also the Philippines are definitely face cultures. Yes, they are. Brian says, hey, Jeremy, running out of money in the U.S. can be just as bad. When the money goes, you will see who your friends really are. Absolutely, bro. And it's the same thing here. It is the exact same thing here. I was telling people, the short-term expats or even long-term expats that come over here and they move to Bangkok or Pattaya, and they want to be, they've got high retirement pensions, that kind of thing. As soon as the money runs out, or as soon as they decide they want to stop spending all that money, I can guarantee you that the girls will run out with the money. And it's unfortunate, but it's true. I've seen it happen very many times. Good comment, Brian. Linda says, what is expect open the border? So I think she's asking when the border is expected. The latest I heard was September. I read it somewhere. That's for international flights. Now, opening the border itself, like land border crossings, I'm not sure on. If I knew that, I would definitely tell you. Hey, Robert Mack, good morning to you, bud. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. Long time. Thailand Blogger says, I don't think it's an ego thing. They just don't want to look bad in front of other people. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with that statement. It's culturally integrated. So you just have to know that, I guess. Let's see. What else we got over here? Sorry, guys. We have a lot of emails coming in from America this morning for some reason. Gordon, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. HNT, good to see you. And Johnny has been here for a minute. The pride always comes before the fall. Remember that. When you feel like, let me give you an example. I drive a motorbike in Bangkok. Okay. If I make a move into the lane, first of all, you would be surprising how given Thai drivers are. Like they're used to motorbikes and that kind of thing, and they'll let you in as long as you're not being, just stupid about it. But the most important thing is to not offend any Thai drivers on the road. In other words, don't cut them off and then look back at them and give them the finger. Every Thai person that's got a car, and most of them that have motorbikes, either wear a GoPro on their helmet or they have cams in the front and the rear of their car. Just about everybody. So if you do something like that and they call the cops and the cops happen to catch up with you, you're going to be in trouble. I don't know exactly what law it's going to be that you've broken, but they'll find one. I promise. They'll find one. I'm gonna tell you why this is not a bad country toward the end of this video, because I don't want you to think that it's bad. This video is Thailand's a wonderful, beautiful country with some amazing people, absolutely amazing people. What I want you guys to understand is there are certain rules. There are certain things that are different in this culture than are in other cultures that you must abide by and see. And if you're getting anything out of this content, you have to hit the like button. because that makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Where were we here? Stuck in Florida says, I don't think the face thing is that much different than a lot of countries, maybe a little more prevalent in Asian, Latino countries. It's definitely more prevalent. I would agree. It's probably the only difference is if you're in like America, for example, and you make somebody lose face, you prove somebody wrong or you embarrass them. It basically comes down uh, to embarrassment. Okay, I see what's going on now. But it basically comes down to embarrassment. So if you embarrass somebody in America, they're probably just going to curse you out and be done with it and that kind of thing. You as a foreigner embarrass somebody here in Thailand, you got a problem. You're going to have a problem. You're going to be on every Facebook group that Thai people have that have a don't like foreigner underlying tone to it. I can assure you, and that's not a good place to be. Definitely not a good place to be. It can interfere with things like getting jobs. It can interfere with things like getting condos or apartments. It can interfere with your day-to-day life in general because you never know how serious the person's going to take it that you embarrassed or made lose face. So you have to be very, very careful. HNT says, yes, it is true. Robert Mack said, oh, he's talking Johnny. Johnny's talking him. Eagle Eye says, I don't want to look bad in front of other people either. I guess I'm Asian. And it's, again, that's not the purpose of this. If you've never been to a Southeast Asian country, then you're not going to understand completely what I'm saying. But you will once you get here. And that's why I'm trying to tell you these things now so that you will understand now and you won't have to worry about them once you get here. Not looking bad in front of other people in a Western society is just like kind of norm for the norm. It's kind of normal. In a Southeast Asian society, Thais don't make other Thais look bad. If they do, they usually wind up fighting over it. Okay, like it's in their culture. It's in their culture, the character of their culture, to not to be peaceful, to walk away, to not be shamed, and to not shame other people. That's in their culture. Ronald says embarrassing someone just to make yourself look smart or above someone isn't the way to go in Asia. You're 100% correct, Ronald. 100% correct. Matt Tech says, I imagine that this cultural deficiency is suspended during school hours. It would be difficult otherwise to be a corrective educator. So that's a whole nother thing. And no, it's not suspended during school hours. You don't call out the kids like that either. You have to learn a way around it. And it makes you because I've been teaching here for 2 years, it makes you learn how to get around a bad situation quickly, easily. It's something that you can do. I think it's a great thing myself. Prep for it says, I tell new travelers, do not be loud anywhere in Pattaya unless you ate laughing and cheering unless you are laughing and cheering with locals. 100% true. 100% true. The loudest person in the room is the one that's going to get the most attention, and you don't want to be the guy that gets the most attention in most of these places unless you've got, bouncers and bodyguards and everything else that you would need in that situation with you. It's not cool, man. Gerald says the insurance, is it only good in Thailand or can you use it in any country, for example, DR and Colombia? The insurance that I have is only good in Thailand. You can get traveler's insurance. In fact, you can get, I don't know if you're in America or not, Gerald, but if you are, there are certain Blue Cross Blue Shield policies that you can get that will work over here and overseas in various countries. So it's it's pretty good. It's a pretty good deal all the way around. David says, spent 10 minutes watching Thai news, and you will see how bad things can go very quickly over almost nothing. It could cost you your life. And that's exactly what I'm saying, David. Exactly what I'm saying. I appreciate you saying it for me. Things can go from good to horrible in a matter of just the blink of an eye. And before you know what's going on, before you realize what's happened, it's too late. Stuck says, Gerald, talking to Gerald, he says most travel insurance will cover you in most countries. Yeah, that's true. Gordon says, I've noticed that when Thais do embarrass themselves, they don't hold back. I've noticed that too, man. And, I guess it's because they're part of the national system here. They're part of it's part of their culture. When they do embarrass themselves, there's a whole different thing going, right? Whole different thing. But that's a good point. Good point, Gordon. That's a very good point. And for those of you that don't know, Gordon has a right to say that. He should know. He lives here. That's all I'm gonna say about Gordon. But he usually brings good points in here, and we're looking for 50 likes on this live stream, guys. We're only at 20. Let's get some thumbs up going here. Matthew says, I'm looking to be a teacher in Thailand. Is it possible to find another job while I'm working as a teacher? I have a bachelor's degree in medical illustration, maybe? As long as you have a bachelor's degree, you're going to need a teaching certificate also, such as a TEFL or TESOL. I would get that, and I would go apply for a job. At some point, you'll probably have to convert that bachelor's degree over into an education degree if you want to teach here longer than I think it's about 6 years. We can get in total worth of waivers for a temporary teaching license. Teaching in Thailand is a lot of fun, and there are a lot of jobs, especially right now, that need to be filled. I don't know how they're going to get people in here, but with the borders closed, but that's just the way it works. Brian says, I lived all over South America, and it's much the same. It's not called losing face, but if you openly disrespect someone in public, they will make sure you regret it. Yeah, that's the way it works, Brian. Always, buddy. That's where expats get in trouble, especially on their first trips and on their first long stays. That's why I'm mentioning it. That's why I'm putting out this video. That's why I'm mentioning it. People need to know. They need to know that you just can't walk in to another country and think that the same rules that you live by in your country are going to be the same thing in the country that you're going to, because they're not. They're just not. And you have less. I don't care how much more advanced the country you come from was than the country that you're going to is. You don't have any of those entitlements, and you certainly better not pick on the country if they don't have something that your country did. Let's see. MedTech says, I'm sorry if you answered my comment. I missed it because I received a phone call. No problem, bro. But I don't remember what it was. So you have to ask me again. Second Florida says, Brian Mitchell, I agree completely. So do I. Prep for it. I know you read every comment, Jeremy, just to let you know that the blue wrenches are doing a great job blocking trolls and removing banned stuff. Good. I have the best moderators in the world. And all those guys just do a fantastic job. So I don't worry about. It allows me to stay on topic, and I like staying on topic. 6 years is correct. He says, Jonathan says, do you think there's a visa that could get you into the country now with everything closed? If you had left and you had a work permit that was still valid right now, and you had the correct visa, whether it be a non-B or a different type of visa, if you had the work permit that was valid for right now, it's my understanding that you can still get in the country. That's it. I don't think you can get in any other way. Yesterday, the Prime Minister released a long statement regarding making Thailand a better country, basically. I'm paraphrasing here. And, he seemed to be very, very persuasive in the English translation of it anyway. Brian says, stuck in Florida, I saw a guy get beat unconscious over $1.50 beer, just plain stupid. Yep. And again, those are things you can see in your home country as well, but it happens a lot faster over here than it does over there usually, because it's like it's oh no you didn't type thing. Stuck says, Brian Mitchell, I danced with the wrong lady in Peru and it didn't end well for me. We're gonna have Stuck. Me and you are gonna have to talk about that one day, because I danced with a girl in Peru too, and her boyfriend came over and wanted to know why I had my hands on her, and that was in Cusco, right there in the square. Can't remember. Let me get something else to drink, guys. That'll keep my taste buds nice and refreshed. Sorry to get up and leave you like that, but sometimes you need some caffeine in the mornings. So Coca-Cola, here we come. Okay, Gerald says, at this point in my life, I'm not looking to settle down. What advice can you give me to minimize drama? Excellent question. 100% excellent question. Here's what you do. Or here's what I would do if I were in that situation. I would make sure that you don't poop and eat in the same place. In other words, if you want to have girlfriends, I would have a girlfriend that's out of town. Or I would have a girlfriend that is across. If you live in a city like Bangkok, for example, you can have a girlfriend that's across town that's far enough away that you're probably going to be okay should the breakup happen. At this point, you need to be certain, absolutely certain, that when you end a relationship over here, you do it with the utmost courtesy and respect. The utmost courtesy and respect. Some guys go as far as to give money. Now, I'm not saying go that far, but I have seen that done. I've seen it done in the Philippines. Because if you end it and in a way that makes the partner lose face, right? Because if they bring, let me give you an example. If a Thai lady were to bring 3, 4, 5 guys back to her village that she's from, she's working in Bangkok, but she's from some village, let's just say some random village in Isan. If she brings back 3, 4, 5 guys to meet mom and dad, then the village starts to look at her like, in a certain way, and that certain way causes her to lose face in her village. That is disastrous. Okay, disastrous. Don't ever do that. So that's why I would be very, very cautious about meeting mom and dads, especially if you don't want to get into a long-term relationship. Just make sure that you're honest with the girl that you're in the relationship with at the time. Be honest with her and tell her that you're not looking for anything long term. And if she's not okay with that, then there are plenty that are okay with that. So just let her go on out, because trust me, Gerald, it will, whoever asked that question, yeah, Gerald, trust me, it will save you a lot of headache in the long term. I promise. Robert Mack says best practice in life is treat people how you like to be treated, with respect. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I preach that all the time. Is to respect others as you would want them to respect you. It ain't gonna happen though. That's the thing. You are going to have to be the bigger person in the vast majority of these situations. So it is what it is. Going for likes, guys. We got 26. We need 24 more. 24 more. All right. Stay on the path over here. Matthew says, what age groups are you teaching? I've taught all the way from Pratium 1 to Matium 6. So basically from age 6 or 7 to age 18. Let's see. I'm not currently teaching all of those ages, but I have in the past. Joy Net. I'm just going to call you Joy. Says, hey, Jeremy, first time commenter, been watching for a while. Well, thanks, sir. Appreciate, or ma'am, I can't see your profile picture very well, but thank you. Appreciate it very, very much. And I hope you get something out of the video. If you do, certainly, please hit the like button. Stuck says, that's when I woke up in jail and had to pay fines and bar damages and have only been drunk one time while traveling since then, and that was in the 90s. I hear you, bud. He's talking about dancing with a girl in Peru. It's easy. Very, very, very easy. Very easy to get caught up in all that mess, all that crap. And because you don't know what's coming. You don't know what's coming. You don't know what to expect. You don't know that walking up to a girl and asking her to dance is going to be a problem. Nobody who makes that into a problem, right? But it's going to be a problem for somebody, because a lot of countries you'll go to will have, like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, a lot of these drinking companions that work in places like, or you can call them fitness trainers, that work in places like Pattaya and certain districts of Bangkok and Phuket. A lot of those women have boyfriends. Their boyfriends drop them off for work each night and pick them up when they're finished. Trust and believe. That's one time you don't want to make a Thai citizen mad. And that Thai citizen would be your drinking companion. Because after all, your drinking companion is there to make sure that you have a good time, somebody to socialize with while you're exploring Thailand. Dino says, if you like to play around, just stay single or suffer the consequences of the mad Thai lady. That's a good point, Dino. That's a good point. Staying single is important. Most of the people understand, or most of the women that you're going to date understand anyway. It's weird here. Thailand, because Thailand was never, I've said this in videos before, but I want to make sure you guys understand the cultural impact that this had on Thailand. Thailand was never settled by the Spaniards, the French. It was never occupied by anybody. Okay. Some people tried, but they never accomplished it. So Thais have always been Thais. There's never been an injection of like Spanish and Americans like there was in the Philippines. So there is no, it's it's like it's its own little world over here in Southeast Asia, and it's really neat. And there are a lot of cool things about it. You just have to leave your pride and your ego on the airplane when you get off, because pride and ego will cause you a massive, and I mean a massive amount of problems over here. Humility is your best friend no matter what anybody tells you. Brian says he's talking stuck in Florida. He says same thing happened to me in South Paulo. Bought the guy and his girl dinner and drinks. Ended up dating the girls or the sister. We are still friends today. That's awesome, man. That's a good story. Jason says, "What are some of the common mistakes a first-time traveler makes?" I watched the video and didn't realize pointing was impolite. Can you share any things we might do that would get us in trouble unawares? Of course, pointing is definitely impolite. Don't point at a tie either. That's another good point. No pun intended. But don't point. Ties also, they don't really wave at each other. Okay, so you Y when you see them. And the higher the Y and the deeper the bow, the more respect you have for the person. So if you're just walking into, I don't know, 7-Eleven, you might just, but if you meet some federal person or somebody way up in immigration, you might want to get real high and with that Y, and it's spelled WAI. Who knew? Those are just some general things, Jason. Staring is not a problem over here. You can look at people; they're not going to, like look at you crazy because you do. You can also, the good thing about Thailand is, if you want to know something, you can walk up to pretty much anyone, and if they know English, they'll explain it to you. That includes guys, girls, whoever, whatever. They will talk to you for sure, and they will help answer your questions. And that's one thing I like about Thailand. I really do. Jason says, "Oh, that's the answer question I just answered. Sorry." MetTech says, "I didn't mind meeting the mother. She asked first. I wasn't forced." Yeah. So as long as it's not about whether or not you were asked to meet the mother, so no problem there. But you don't know how many guys she's asked to meet the mother. That's not your problem, is what I'm saying. I'm saying it could be her problem if you're the fifth or sixth person she's brought back to the village in 6 months. that could not be such a good thing. So again, not your problem, but I'm just saying that's how things could pan out. Dino's asking Brian a question. Stuck says, "Brian, Sao Paulo used to be a bit like Pattaya, and as cheap, definitely not that way anymore. I heard it got expensive, real expensive over there." Smash the thumbs up button, guys. Jerry, you must have said something that had a keyword in it. I'm sure somebody will tell you. Stuck said, I read that. Brian says that Dino depends. Most beautiful women I've ever met. I would have to say that that's probably true, because I know 2 Brazilian women from that area, and I agree. Bob, what's up, Bob? Good to see you this morning. I hope you are doing well this evening. Hope you are doing very, very well. Thank you for joining us. Dino says you don't want to end up with a Colombian neck. That's for sure. Dino says, "Sounds good, Brian." Stuck in Florida says, "Brian Mitchell agreed. I even met some with Asian descent that were beautiful as any lady's ever seen." Basically, is what he's saying there. So, We got your spelling error there stuck. It's all good. Let's see here. Neil says a lot of Thais have Chinese in them. I think there's some truth to that, but a lot of Thais do have some mixed Chinese, but it's not an overabundance like you would think that he says. But that's a logical comment. Gerald says, by the way, really enjoyed your video on how to start a YouTube channel. It was an eye opener. I was not aware of how much work, time, and effort was involved. Well, you're welcome, Gerald. I only do those videos occasionally, just because most people that come on here are people that either already have YouTube channels or are just looking for information. Brian says a Thai friend of mine here in the U.S. says never touch a Thai person on the head. I've said that in several videos. Don't touch Thai people on the head. Just don't do it. Robert Mack says, Jeremy, sorry, got to run. Need to finish some business. Got an appointment at 8 a.m. Okay, brother. Take care, Robert. Appreciate you dropping by, man. So, to your point, who was it? I think Gerald said about the YouTube channel. One thing I put in the description of this video at the very end is what a lot of expats do is they start a YouTube channel. Okay, they start a YouTube channel, but they start it for all the wrong reasons. They don't start it to try to, starting a YouTube channel, you either one, want to start a business, or two, you want a hobby. Okay. And most of the time for retired people, it's going to be a hobby. So you want to record some videos and that kind of thing and put them up for your friends and family to see. Now, there's another type of YouTuber that is the faceless, nameless, only has an alias YouTuber that goes around to each channel, like the guy this morning asking me why I was an expert, and I explained I'm not an expert. And you can literally read in the description of this video where it says I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a financial consultant, I'm not any of these things. These are just suggestions, and you should always seek professional help when making big decisions. So my point is to all that is, don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy. Don't be that guy that starts a YouTube channel for malicious, nefarious purposes, to come over and just screw with people for no reason. That can cause a problem in and of itself, because when you do that, you make the expat community as a whole look bad. They said that it only takes one bad apple to ruin a bunch, and that is one real way to do it. For sure. Let's see here. Let me scroll down and catch up. So everybody was saying bye to Robert. Matthew says, is it difficult to obtain a bank account? Nope. Is there a direct deposit if I were receiving income from teaching? Yep. Absolutely. Robert, Max says, stuck in Florida. Good night. Joy says, Nita is pronounced like the animal cheetah, but with N. LOL. Oh, so it's what about the H? Is it Nisha? Nisha? I don't know. I have to try that one out. I don't know. Big thumbs up on the column below, guys. And looks like Jim Pell, the master of disaster, and by disaster I mean good disasters, in here. Jim, what's up, bud? Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming in. And we got quite a few people in here tonight. Glad you're here with us for sure. Gordon says that Matthew, Bangkok bank seems to be the easiest for foreigners to open accounts. That's true, and it's also easy because you can transfer money there. Very good. Jim says better late than never, but Jim Pell has arrived. I love that when he speaks of himself in the third person. Everybody saying hello to Jim. Matt says, tell the story of the guy who was punched. I might do that. Dino says, I'm off work. Just have a great weekend. You do the same, bud. Lots of content coming out this weekend. Steak and Florida says, Jim Pell doing okay. All is well with you. Yeah, Jim's been busy. He's doing his thing, man. Paul Q says, are you learning to speak Thai? Very slowly. Very slowly, Paul. I'm trying. I really am trying. Jim says, well, JC, I look at it like this. We have a good night with 46 people. When not, we came up with 600. Yeah, with 46 people in here one night, guys, we made $645 for the channel. And you see 53 right now. That's true. Roger McGee says thumbs up, none nuts. I like that. But he says thumbs up because thumbs up are always good for the algorithm. And Jim says, with that being said, how about I send you a PayPal? My challenge is every 3 people send you $10 each, or you have one person that sends 30. However it equals 30, I'll tell you another 10 unlimited. So basically, for every $30 that is sent PayPal, Jim will in turn. It says unlimited the rest of the night. Every time you get 30, I'll throw you another 10. We need some money in here for the Domorelife channel. I have not been in here lately, so everybody should have money. That's good, Jim. I like that. Hey, Cody, what's up, buddy? So now you guys know the deal with the challenges, money challenges we have thrown out there. So, no, but you got to put up a PayPal link, guys. Somebody wants to throw that up, that would be nice. And certainly all contributions to the channel are definitely appreciated. But we're going to keep talking about the topic at hand. The contributions only go to equipment and travel. That's it. So just in case anybody knows or anybody wants to know. But yeah, one of you moderators will have to throw up the PayPal link, and that is in the description below of the video. All right, who did I miss? Ross. What's up, Ross? How you doing, brother? Friday mornings live stream. Yes, I am chilling Friday morning live stream. Jim just popped in there. Matthew, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. $20. He's got a $20 super sticker in there. That's awesome, brother. Thank you, my man. I greatly appreciate that. I'll open my PayPal here and kind of keep track of it on the phone, see if anything new has happened lately, and it will tell me, or I will get a message, an email verification of some kind, and I'll keep you guys posted because this is fun. It's fun when we make the videos. Like I was going to go to Pattaya again this weekend, but just can't afford it. So maybe I'll go next weekend. I want to keep you guys updated on how that city kind of rebuilds itself. I think it's important. All right, Joy Nesta, I can't say it. Can I find a decent apartment for 3 PO or less in Bangkok, not too far away from everything? 3 PO. What is PO? 300. Is that $300 a month? Absolutely, you can do that. 100%. Matthew says, thanks for the info, man. You are more than welcome. More than welcome, sir. I appreciate that very, very much. Brian says, great stream as always. Thanks, everybody, but got to get some sleep. Probably going to be delivering some babies tomorrow. Uh-oh, that sounds exciting. Thank you, Brian, for coming on. Appreciate it very much. And we'll see you at another point in time, I'm sure, on another live stream. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. And Matthew, thank you again for your contribution. I very, very much appreciate that. About the expat and the mistakes that expats make here in Thailand. And I haven't even talked about money yet. Brian, can you super chat us? I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. But some of the things that I haven't talked about yet are some money things. And one thing I want, since Ross showed up, I'm very glad he showed up because I want you guys to go watch his video at some point in time that he did on my channel called "The Exact Amount of Money You Need to Retire in Thailand." Now, it is not the exact amount of money you need to retire, but it is an exact formula for retirement. This formula for retirement requires you to not work and retire in Thailand for, I believe it's 20 years, 15 years, or 20 years that Ross had made this video for. So everybody looks at it as a monthly cost of living video. That's not what it's about. It's not what it's about. It's about the things that you're going to need, the things that you really need. And there is the $10 from Mr. Jim. Thank you very much, sir. I'll wait on that to load. I always show you guys contributions because there he goes. He said, let's go, JC. Let's get this challenge rolling. Here's your first 10. We got the first 10, first 20. That's actually 30. Got 30 already. We're rocking and rolling, man. Thank you, Robert, for putting up the PayPal link. That's in there. We typically use PayPal because PayPal only takes 3% versus YouTube's 30%, but you can put in any kind of contribution you want to. First 10 PayPal, just any secondary, Jeremy. Let's see what we can do tonight. I'm in a good mood. Good. I'm glad you're in a good mood because when you're in a good mood, the channel usually prospers. Paul Q says, how long do they let you get a working/teaching visa for? I know in Japan, they got after 3 to 5 years. It's usually a 1 year non-B visa. And the work permit is usually 1 year at a time. You can get a 2-year work permit, but that depends. I don't think that would be for teaching. There are some schools that do teaching videos. Not teaching videos, that do teaching contracts for 2 years, and they would give you a work permit. I would assume they would give you a work permit with the B visa that you would be receiving from the employer, school, or otherwise. So that kind of makes sense. Jason says, when traveling abroad, do you keep your passport on your person, or do you make a copy of it, keep the passport in a lockbox at the hotel in case you lose it? I get this question a lot. Jim's cracking me up. Come on, boys and girls, dig in those pockets and make me. He means pay. That's hilarious. But Jason says, when traveling abroad, do you keep your passport on your person or back at the hotel, basically, like in a safe box or whatever? Most of the time, I keep it on my person. That's just me personally. Most people say leave it in your safe or leave it locked up in various layers of bags and that kind of thing. It's harder to get to in your room and then make copies of it and carry it on you. But officially, the law says you have to have your passport on you. Now, I have a Thai driver's license, so that driver's license has my passport number on it. I've had no issues with having to pull out my actual passport. They've settled for my driver's license every time. But still, technically, you're liable to run into that one cop that is I want you to pay for the entire ticket or whatever it's going to be. Roger McGee, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much. $10 more from PayPal. We got it rocking in here, boys. Jim, you come in and get it rocking. That's what Jim does. That's why Jim comes in. No, that's not why Jim comes in. We love Jim. And thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, guys, because I'm having a great time now. Gordon says, like Jeremy says, a Thai driver's license is passport confirmation. That's true. That's very true, Gordon. And that's how I kind of look at it myself. I'm just going to say Joy. Joy says, I'm 27. How long can I last in Thailand with 20K USD savings and 500 a month coming in, thinking about retiring or renting a place in Thailand or Vietnam and traveling around to enjoy my late 20s? I don't blame you. And Thailand would be a good spot to do that, particularly if you wanted to stay in, like on the outskirts of Bangkok. So you could get to maybe Don Muang, that airport, because it does most domestic flights in Thailand, and it does most of the short international hops too, to like the other Southeast Asian countries. Jim says, come on, guys. I want to hear that ding ding going off for PayPal. So do I, Jim. So do I. But to answer your question, 20K in savings and 500 a month coming in. So you can last as long as that money is still available. And I'm not trying to be smart with you. Okay. People ask me all the time, what is the cost of living in Thailand? How much would it cost me to live in Thailand a month? You know, and my answer is always the same. However much you can afford to spend. So if you got 500 a month coming in, to really have a good time here in Thailand, you need about $2,500 a month coming in. I mean, if you want to have a good time and not have to worry about money, you need about $2,500 a month coming in. In my opinion, that's my opinion. That's just for me. That's how I think of it. So I don't know what your opinion would be, but for me, $2,500 a month makes for a very happy life. Very happy life. 2,000's even good, but I'm talking in USD. But that extra $500 that you put on it, that would make it very nice. Also, remember that you can't just live in Thailand on a tourist visa. You can't be in Thailand as of right now. You can't be in Thailand more than 6 calendar months a year on a tourist visa. So you would have to move around at some point. Jason says, can you get back 1 year education student visas? It's becoming extraordinarily difficult to get the education visa. I don't know why. My guess is there were people that were abusing the system. That would be my first thought. And I can't tell you much other than that, but getting back-to-back education visas requires you to actually go to school, and they've cut out all the little, fake schools. You have to go to a real school that's really going to teach you Thai, and when you go out to get your extension or renewal on your education visa and come back in, the immigration officer is going to speak to you in Thai, and it's going to be you're going to need to be able to speak to him or her back in Thai. That just is what it is. Yes, passport, driver's license, passport confirmation. Jim says, "Come on, guys, I want to hear that ding, ding, ding of the PayPal." Jim says, "Guys, this is what I do now in Tampa, Florida. I help people in need. I raised almost $4,000 for a why do I always get that name messed up? Chihuahua. Ain't that a Chihuahua? I think that's a Chihuahua. That needed an operation. In the last 4 days, I raised over 2,000 for a lady going through DV. Uh, RVDECW says, "Do you see yourself remaining in Thailand for the next 1 to 5 years?" Yes, I do. I do. I've been here 2 already, and I think it's worth at least another 2. At least another 2. Depends on situations too. You never know. I could get. I could finally find a Thai girl that wants to settle down with me. I don't know, and that will change everything. Jim says, "Come on, guys. I know I can raise at least $200 for our favorite channel on YouTube. Let's do it, guys. Dig in." I love your enthusiasm, Jim. So we are, let's see, we got 10, 20, and 10. So we got $40. So we need 160. And you're going to have to keep plastering that PayPal account on the feed there. Somebody will. Or they can super chat it, but you got 40, so you need 160. If I had a $200 Friday, which is Friday in Thailand, if I have a $200 Friday, we will have a glorious, that would be a glorious start to what is going to be a content-filled weekend anyway. Thank you, Robert, for putting up PayPal. I appreciate it. Steve, my U.S. bank has a branch in Lower Succumbent. Can I access my U.S. pension and Thai baht without complications? I don't see why that would be a problem. I haven't tried that, and I don't want to tell you yes for sure, but I will tell you that I don't see why that would be a problem. If they're here in Thailand, surely that's got to be definitely got to be okay, I would think. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't, is what I'm saying. Jason says, "Can you live there on an income of $1,000 to $1,300 if you're a non-drinker and not into?" We have to say we don't use BG, Jason. We have to say drinking companions or something like that, because YouTube doesn't like that term in there. It's okay. Don't feel offended or anything. People do it all the time. It's no big deal. But yes, you can live on that much, but you're just going to be living. You're not going to be doing a whole lot of things. You're not going to be doing a whole lot of things. Okay. And for RVD ECW, we're not. You can't curse on your messages in here. Certainly not like that. But Jason, yeah, you could do it, but it would be very limiting. Like you would, if that's all you came with, it would be extraordinarily hard because you would have. You got to understand that there's money that you need to come with to help set things up, and if that doesn't work, then you're just not going to be there at $1,000 or $1,200 a month. It's just not going to happen. So I would caution you on that for sure. Matthew says, yes, thank you, Robert, for keeping that PayPal up. Matthew says, my driver's license is expired in New York State. Does that matter if I want a Thai driver's license? Could you describe the process for getting a license? Yes, I can. An expired license will do you no good over here. I would go to like a AAA in America, and I would get my international driver's license. That would be the smartest, best, most fundamentally accurate thing to do. However, if you're coming to Thailand and you're going to stay here a while and you don't have any license, it's a 2 day process. Um, it's a 2 day process. The first day you watch videos. There are some subtitles in Thai, and that's it. Then the second day you're going to watch videos the first part of the day, and then the second part of the day you're going to go have a driving test, just like you would almost in America, except they do it in the parking lot. So it's if you go through the Ministry of Land Transportation, I think my driver's license only cost like 136 baht or something. It was like like $4. So it's while it's a 2 day process, it gets you a license for 2 years, and all you have to do is renew it. Robert says, "Yes, I will." Also, hello, Jim Pell. Of course. Ooh, looks like we got some guys that didn't like that. Use initials for certain words. That's right. Jim says, "Robert, I need to see that PayPal account every couple of minutes, please. I'm busy trying to get contributions in. I don't have time to go look for it." I hear you. Get them, Jim. That's all I can tell you, bro. We got 40 already, and we're looking for. You said you were looking for 200, so we got 160 to go. I'm very interested to see if we can get there. I might just keep the live stream open until we get there. I also would like to see 50 likes on this live stream, by the way, guys. We only have 35, and I think that we should have at least 50 by now. So we'll see. More common things that expat. These are good questions you guys are dropping in the chat, by the way. I really appreciate it. But more things about expats and some common mistakes that they make. They forget that there's only one bank in Thailand that's a Thai bank, okay, that you can go and open a bank account. You need a work permit to open the bank account, or you need an agent, one of the two, to open the bank account that you can transfer money from your Western checking account to your foreign Thai bank account. So that bank is Thailand Bank of Thailand. I don't know. What Jim say? I see somebody made a stupid comment. I want to make something very clear. Jeremy never asked for any money from any of us. I do this because I love this channel. People contribute because they love this. Yes, that's very true, Jim. And anybody that says anything else is just misinformed. Jim says, so all you haters, please quit being crybabies and go back to ever who sent you over here and tell them I said that now. Tell your mommy good night and go back to sleep on her couch downstairs. Oh, Jim, you crack me up. The Ralph says, is the license for cycles and or vehicles, or do you have to bring your own transportation? You can get a motorbike only license. You can get a motorbike and car license. Those are your two options. For me, I just got the motorbike because I'm not going to be driving a car anytime in the near future, and that's the way it went down for me. So motorbike only. It was very cheap. If I had known then what I know now, I would have gotten both, because I got the motorbike, and the only thing I had to do was just park the car, just drive the car around this little parking area and park it. That's you know, that's all I had to do. I would have went ahead and got it. That was another you could look at potential common mistake that a misinformed expat would make. Let me say that. A couple guys laughing at Jim. Jim says, good call. Robert's in the back of mommy's couch. Jason says, if you get international license in America, what do you do with that when you go to Thailand? Do you have all you need? Yes, you can drive in Thailand with an international license, or you can take that international license if you're going to be here for a long, long time. You can take that international license and turn it in and convert it to a Thai driver's license. Great question. Great question. Because at that point, a common mistake that expats would make would be for somebody to, for example, go to all the trouble of getting an international license, and then if they're going to live in Thailand, not turning that international driver's license in, to get a Thai license. That would be something that would be very needy. Jim says, good. Oh, I read that. Jim said, should have said, good call, Robert. Send the haters back to mommy and daddy's couch in the basement. Oh, we must have had some trolling going on in the bottom. But see, those are the people that I was talking about earlier when I said expats come over here just to start trouble, just to be nefarious and malicious. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. There's too many good things to do in Thailand than to be that guy. Steve said, thought I wanted to live near Terminal 21, but now I think it's a better option is Riverside. Any thoughts on the Riverside neighborhoods? I'm assuming you're talking about Bangkok. Yeah. If it's Bangkok, I like the Riverside neighborhoods in Bangkok. Personally, Terminal 21 would be like straight downtown, almost. So that would be up to you, man. My Riverside, the Riverside neighborhoods that I know of, I like them very much, and there's some really, really, really nice Thai people there. Jim says, come on, guys and gals, go smash that thumbs up button for the haters. Just smash yourself for being stupid. Jason says, do you recommend getting their international license before going there? Is it better to get it in Thailand? I don't think you can get it in Thailand. I think you have to get it before you come. I don't think you can get it here. What did Matthew say that got him held up? That's sad. Matthew, you must have used something that we don't say in here, so don't feel bad, man. Everybody gets hidden from time to time, even Jim. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. Where was Robert's got the PayPal link up there. Stuck says, Jason Taylor, get it in your country. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Get it in your country, because that would be much more logical application to the process. I think that would be very cool. So I would encourage you guys and gals to do that as much as possible. Something else expats do that causes that's a cause for concern is they don't hit the like button enough. Hit the like button. No, something else that's a cause for concern is they look at like a let's say they have a $1,200 a month pension, and they look at a $9,000 a month apartment, and they think, oh, that's only $300. Take $300 from $1,200 and see what that leaves you. When that leaves you with $900, right? So out of that $900 has got to come all your transportation. Even if you live in like Bangkok, where the BTS and MRT, now you can go all the way around. Even if you live there, you're still going to spend quite a bit of money in transportation. If you rent a motorbike, you're going to spend that much money in transportation. For example, I spend $5,000 a month on motorbike rental. It's about $150-ish or something like that. Then you got to have your food. You got to pay your electric and water, and any doctor's bills that might come up or medications that you need. You got to take care of that. Finding food is not the easiest thing to do here, especially if you have digestive problems. So, you really have to consider if you have enough to come here and be happy, because if you're not happy where you are and you're living off $1,200 to $1,300 a month, probably not going to be happy coming here living off $1,200 to $1,300 a month, because you got to pay for the visa. You're going to have to pay a hotel to stay at for a few weeks until you find a place to live. And when you find a place to live, that's going to cost you 3 months worth of rent. So because you have to have a first month, last month, and security deposit. So basically, you pay rent 3 times. So if you had a 10,000 baht apartment, you would pay 30,000 baht, which is basically $1,000 US. That's why you need money set aside for coming to make the trip to Thailand first and foremost. State of Florida says Matthew Thelen just used another word for donkey. He said, leave it in the States. Gotcha. Yeah, don't sweat it, man. Don't sweat it. Matthew says, how much money do you recommend I have saved for the move? Kind of a cost of living question. I tell people all the time, I don't know if you heard me say this earlier, but I said cost of living is whatever you can afford to spend. But money saved for the move depends on what you need when you get here. Do you need a car when you get here? Or can you get by on a motorbike? If you're coming to Bangkok, do you need either one? You can always ride the BTS and MRT. It's complete. It circles all the way around now. Do you need a doctor? Do you have any health conditions? You're going to need insurance. What kind of insurance you're going to get? I recommend to go through AIA insurance. So once you look at ride a donkey. Once you look at those options and how much they cost, then you will have a better understanding of what you need, and you got to incur the visa cost as well. Gordon he's got a good question there. Are you planning on retiring? Are you planning on just staying couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months? What's your intentions? And you said save for the move, so I'm assuming you're planning on moving here. But what's your intention? Do you want to retire here, or do you want to come here to work? I'm 35-year-old recent grad. So then you want to come here to work. And you would definitely, so you would need everything that you need in the States or in your country. You would definitely need all those things over here. And it's much cheaper to buy them over here than it is to have your stuff shipped over here. So you have to put together a budget, and then you have to Google and find out how much things cost. And that can take some time. And it can be a little bit of a problem, but not too often. Hard World says, I want to make a visit for the food. Any great places you can recommend? How much is enough for 2 weeks stay and suites? What's the going prices? Going prices are up and down depending on where you are or where you want to stay. As far as the prices that I recommend, I'd say the same thing. When it comes to cost of living, it's however much you can afford to spend. And that is, we have another PayPal in here from a guy who I won't show you his entire name because I'm pretty sure his name doesn't want to be shown on there, but you can see the Steve part and the $10 part. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that, and the channel appreciates it very, very much. Very, very, very much. We love it. We absolutely love it because this is what allows us to travel and make videos like we made yesterday. So we're 150 away, Jim. If you're still there, 150 away. Jim wanted to make 200 tonight. So we're 150 away. Okay, back to Hard World's question, which is a fair question and a good question. Places I can recommend. You can go to my playlist on this channel. Go to my playlist and look at hotel reviews in Thailand. Look at those and see what you think. Some of those are going to be in the Pattaya area. Others are going to be in Bangkok area. I think I did one in Hue, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll give you an idea of prices. But basically, how much you need to bring with you is going to think of your visa. Think of how much you're going to travel during those 2 weeks, and then go get some prices on that stuff. Find out what cities you want to go to, and find out the locations of some of the better hotels if you're looking for suites. And then you will be able to put together an average. Then put about 1,000 USD on top of all that just to make sure, and you'll be 100% safe, in my opinion. Hey, Alan, good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you. Matthew says, want to travel for a few years to work. Want to travel for a few years to work. So you want to work while you travel, I think is what you mean. Yeah, that gets a little bit difficult. Hard World says from New York City. Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about, coming from Western world. Matthew says, I've been in Thailand for 2 weeks, but I'm just working out the details. Okay. So you just been, you stayed before for 2 weeks, because I was about to say you can't come in now and stay for 2 weeks. Thank you, Robert, for putting up the PayPal link. Very much appreciated there. According to Jim, we only have 150 to go. He says, hey, everyone, I would like to see where everyone's from. If you don't mind, post your area where you're located. Let's see where everybody's from. That's good. And so we got Tampa in the house. We got San Antonio, Indiana. I love Evansville, by the way. Oklahoma. Mr. McGee is from Oklahoma. Jim says, I'm wanting to come to Texas this summer in a couple of weeks there. That's awesome. Yes, work and travel, Matthew says. Then let me tell you, work and travel is a difficult thing to do, because that's what I do. You're going to have to work a regular job, a 9-to-5 job, and then you're going to have to travel on the weekends and or holidays. And it's not going to be glamorous. Okay, so don't think you're going to get a glamorous job. Now, if you get a big time job paying 70 or 80,000 baht a month on top of your pension or whatever it is that you might have, then you very well could go and travel big time. Hard World says, I can bring 5 to 10K. It will be my wife and I will subscribe to you. Well, thank you for that. I go to Cuba a lot, but I want to visit Thailand. Thanks for the information. I'm a music producer. How's the entertainment? Entertainment industry over here is great. It just we're waiting on it to open back up. And 5 to 10K. Bring whatever makes you comfortable enough to spend out of that 5 to 10K. Because I would think with 10K for 2 weeks, you could have a really good time, especially if you're with your wife, because that's going to eliminate a lot of unnecessary spending. Matthew says yes before. Jim says, anyone in here from Ohio? Robert says, I think more like 3,500 a month is a good life. Yeah, 3,500 USD. If you make that and you can use it over here in Thailand, then man, you can have a great life. Great life, 3,500 a month. Great life. JT says, if you have 5K per month of spendable income, what kind of lifestyle can you afford in Pattaya? You can really, really, really have a tremendous life experience in Pattaya, and eventually you'll get bored of it and you'll want to move on to other places. But with 5K a month coming in as an expat, you can do pretty much whatever you want to. That's 60,000 a year. So if you make 60,000 US dollars a year, that's let me tell you how much that is in US baht real quick, because just to give you an idea of just how well off you would be. Yeah, so that's 1.8 million baht a year, and at 5K a month, then you're looking at 155,000 baht a month. Man, you should have no problem doing whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, however you want to do it. Jim says, Roger, I had a internet pen pal, I guess you could call her, lived in Oklahoma City and then moved right outside Oklahoma City in a small town. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Robert Rebel says 5K is good. 5K is awesome. He also says to Jim that he lives in that area now. Jim says, JT, I don't live there. Never been there, but listening to Jeremy for the last year, watching all of his videos, 5K a month, you should have a really good time and lifestyle. Yeah, 5K a month, man. You could come over here to Thailand and, I mean, literally do whatever. If I made 5K a month, I would probably look at the elite visa. That's what I would look at, and then you would have everything taken care of forever. One-time investment for 5, 10, or 20 years. It just depends on how much money you want to spend on it. Yeah, that would be awesome. Matthew says, did you get any vaccines before moving to Thailand? Yes, and I'm so glad you brought that up. Not getting vaccines is another common mistake made by expats when they come to Thailand, is because you need to make sure that stuff like Hep B and certain types of fevers and other ailments, you need to make sure you get vaccines against. One of the ones I've been pushing lately is rabies, because these dogs over here, the street dogs, or the soy dogs as they call them, I would definitely make sure I had a rabies vaccination. Robert says, Edmund, Yukon, Mustang, Shawnee, Moore, and Norman. That's in Oklahoma. Sounds like it. There is Mr. Banfield. 5K can live really, really well. And I haven't forgotten about you, Steve. Don't worry. Just got a lot of ins and outs going on. But it's all good. Jim says, and she always talked about going to Edmond. Now I have to remember and find out that city. That's going to drive me crazy. You will. You'll remember at some point for sure. Roger says, Yukon. Jim says, no. Gordon says that Matthew, all the vaccines are available here for dirt cheap. See, I didn't know that until I got here, because I spent a fortune on vaccines in the States, and I wish I had seen somebody like Gordon's video or like Gordon's comment saying that there was no or that it was much cheaper here. to get a vaccine than it is to get a vaccine in your home country. I was just blown away. Let's see here. Where were we? Jim says, okay, with that $10 from Steve, we have 10 more to go, and I'll send you another 10, Jeremy. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. If that all depends if people are going to participate in the contributions, because you would set a goal for $200 and we've made 50 already. So I'm just going to stay live and see how many what the contributions can come up to, because certainly now is a good time for contributions. For those of you that don't know, I just bought $2,000 camera for, actually I spent more than that. I spent 67,000 baht on a camera for this channel, for my out and abouts, and for just doing general video recording, picture taking. And if you've been following me on other social media accounts that I have, you'll know that the camera's doing its job, and we've been trying. It took us about 9 months to get the money up for the camera, and I still didn't take it all from the travel fund, because I have to have a travel fund for travel. So I paid about 40% of it out of my pocket, and the other 60 came from the travel fund, which everybody knew that was going to happen anyway. The Ralph says, I am sorry if question has been asked already. Healthcare insurance, what websites give good info? That is a great question. The Ralph, go to, I think it's AIA.th. And see, or just Google search AIA in Thailand, and that's an insurance company here in Thailand. Or you could Google search travel insurance, or Google search Thailand insurance for expats, and that is the best way to go about it, because there's Pacific Care or Pacific Cross, I can't remember, AIA. Cigna's a good travel company, but you can't have any kind of pre-existing conditions. So all that stuff can be answered on the internet, and I would encourage you to do that, because I don't want to tell you anything wrong. JT says, thanks for the answer. I have my military retirement and disability plus some investments. Just tired of the grind here and enjoying your videos. So thinking of just getting out and having some fun. And hey, man, I'm all about, thank you for enjoying the videos, but I'm all about people getting out and having fun. That's, the name of the channel is Domorelife. And my mission for the Domorelife channel is to help push people to do more life. Like, just get out of your comfort zone, go travel, have some fun, meet some other, meet people from other countries and cultures, and just do something different, and really enjoy yourself, because there's so much life out there that a lot of people just don't know about. Jim says, I think she went to college in this town. Wow, stuff like that really gets me going to find it. Steve says San Francisco. Oh yeah, that's right, I remember. Robert says, Stillwater, hard world. Thank you, brother. I will keep in touch. Salute my email. Okay. At your leisure, let me know any good places, great food to visit. Good question on vaccines. You got it, hard world. No problem. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Pretty please. Robert says, Norman. That is the home of Reed Timmer, Norman, Oklahoma. Reed is a famous, well, I call him famous, meteorologist, storm chaser. And I think that's cool. Let's see. Robert says, Robert said, wait. Robert said, JT, you only live once. I'm retired from the military also. There you go. Gordon says Bangkok Bank offers AIA plans so you can keep it simple and do it through your bank. I did not know that. I had to use an agent, but thanks for pointing that out, Gordon. I did not know that. Jim says Ponca City. Roger says I lived in Ponca. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. City for 38 years. Wow. Jim says language police will get you off on this channel. JT says if you guys haven't seen H, I don't know what that means. Jim says I knew I would know it soon as I saw it. I pulled up a map. He's still talking about the Oklahoma thing. Roger says sold my house in February to prepare to move to Thailand. Then it happened. Yeah, he says now I'm homeless. That was an unfortunate event for you, Roger. Very unfortunate event, and I truly, truly, truly hope that it gets your situation improves for sure. I really hope it improves because that was a very sad situation. Very sad situation. And I think it's all going to be all right. It's all going to come together, and you're going to move to a better Thailand with better systems and better processes in place already. Jim says, yeah, it isn't an hour or two away or something. Okay, he's still talking about Oklahoma City. JT, if you guys haven't seen Jeremy's Thai-friendly video, go watch it. Definitely one of his top 10s. Thank you, JT. I tried to do a good one on that. I'm actually going to do another Thai-friendly video, but it's going to break down. I'm not sure why you got timed out there, Gordon. I have no idea. Somebody may have done that accidentally. But it's going to break down the difference between Thai-friendly and Tinder, which is pretty much the two most used dating apps over here. And I'm going to talk in plain fashion. That may become a members only video. I don't know. So if you're not a channel member, there are all kinds of perks that come with being a channel member. I would suggest that, it's only $2.99 to be a channel member right now. So if you want to get in the door on that, hit the join button below and you'll get your own Domorelife email address. Follow the instructions on what to do there. You'll get updates. You'll get behind the scenes pictures. You get pictures of other people I haven't seen before. You get to vote on the content that we do on this channel. And there may be some members only videos being attached to the membership. So if you can afford a cup of coffee a month, you can afford to be a member of this channel. But thank you, JT. I appreciate that very much. Roger McGee says thumbs up. Yep, we need 8 more thumbs up to get to 50. Jim says, Gordon, I hate your message by mistake. Oh, I hit your message by mistake. Sorry about that, buddy. Can I untime him? Yeah, Gordon, that was an accident. Don't know what happened. Sorry, man. Matthew says Thai-friendly works good. Yes, it does, as long as you know how to use it. We did an in-depth dive on that on this channel, so it was kind of interesting. Jim says, I don't know why I keep hitting Gordon. I'm sorry. I did not mean to put you in timeout. It's all good, man. I know you didn't mean to put him in timeout for whatever reason, because Gordon's a friend of the channel. We all know and love Gordon. Jim says, Robert, see if you can fix that. I don't know if you can or not. I did not mean to put Gordon in timeout. That was an accident. In fact, I didn't even know I touched his name. It's all good, man. I'm sure he'll come back on here in a second and say something. Can undo. He has to wait the 300 seconds. Well, that's terrible. But that's okay. It's only 300 seconds. He can remember anything he wanted to say that was going to be worthwhile or anything like that. Hopefully, I'll be looking for a way to hook my camera up to this computer at some point and broadcast in 4K for you guys. So if you have good internet in the States, then you'll be able to have some very, very high quality live streams. I don't know. We'll have to see. Jim says, "Hey Roger, see if you can bring him back a timeout." I don't even know why it says timeout. Don't worry, man. It'll be okay. I'm sure Gordon's not going to take it personally. He's been around long enough to know that accidents happen and that kind of thing. So, no big deal. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Sometimes I get messages that pertain to the live chats as they're going on. So, you guys just have to forgive me there. Just forgive me there. JT says, Jeremy, you need to do a vacation survival tips video series, dating, partying, staying healthy, travel to destinations, etc. I'm going to take a picture of that right now just because I think that's such a good idea, JT. I really like that idea. Really like that idea. Thank you for putting up the PayPal link, Robert. Trying to see what we can get out of Jim's challenge here before it ends. That would be nice. The vacation tip. I have some of these on a playlist already, JT, but it would be nice to be able to do that. However, in order to do that, the travel fund has to come back up because it took a $2,000 hit when I bought the camera. The good news is I now have the equipment to really make some high quality travel videos, cinematic and everything else. See, there's Gordon. He says no worries. No big deal. I knew he'd be back. No problem. He understands. Gordon's been around a while. But JT, yeah, I got to get the travel fund back up. I got to get some channel members engaging, and Gerald joined the channel today as a channel member, and that's guaranteed income from the channel each month and stuff like that. I just have to get the funds back up, but I can start with the dating survival tips, something like that. When it comes to travel destinations, I want to be able to go to those destinations first before I give advice on them, because I try not to be one of those bloggers that gives advice on places that he hasn't been. It's very important to me to hold the integrity of the conversation, or hold the integrity of the video and myself and the channel liable. So I want to make sure I've been there first. Jim says, come on guys, it's just $10 for our favorite channel, digging. You can do it. But thank you for that idea, JT. I really appreciate it. Jim says, we are 1/4 of the contribution goal tonight. Let's show Jeremy that we can do it. That would be awesome. I don't think we're going to do it, but it would be awesome if we did. Robert's welcoming back Gordon, and I'm glad to see Gordon back too. Jim says, Gordon, you're back. Sorry about that, my friend. Don't know what happened. I must have accidentally hit your name or something. It's all good. Roger says, been a long time with a chat with no hike. Now, it's only been 2, and he's been in some other chats, and that's fine. Maybe he's just taking a little do more life break. He's a channel member, so he's not he hasn't gone anywhere as far as the channel goes, but he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. In fact, if he probably has to work tomorrow, so that's probably why he's not in here tonight, because Go More Hike he's been a loyal member of this channel for a long time, and I don't foresee him going anywhere anytime soon. But that's a good point, Roger. I haven't seen him in quite some time, and would love to see him. Jim says, "Okay, guys, so smash that thumbs up button, then slide your finger over to the PayPal button and send $10 to our favorite channel." I love it. I love it, Jim. Appreciate you trying to rock on and keep it going for sure. We still got 44 people watching, so we have 44 people and 44 likes right at this current time that I'm seeing. So we need 6 likes, and according to Jim, well, we just got 1, so 5 likes, and according to Jim, we are 1/4 there, which means we got 150 to go. Jim set a $200 goal, not Jeremy. Jim set a $200 goal, and I'd like to see if we could reach that. You would be surprised at sometimes how we can reach numbers like that, but it's you got to have the right people in the chat. And one of the people that would generally be here that I know would put in a big hunk of that is not here, and that's okay. It's okay. It's all good. But I wanted to talk to you guys. You know, it's been going on about 2 hours now, and I really wanted to talk to you guys about common mistakes that expats make. I wanted to tell you guys that because it's so important to make sure that you understand the environment that you are walking into. It really is. It's so important to understand the environment that you're walking into, the country that you're walking into, and the culture that you're walking into. Because if you don't understand that, you are going to be lost when you get here, and I don't want you to be lost. JT says also check out the JT, there are a few reasons don't feel offended by any means, but I'm going to pull that comment just for my own personal reasons. So no worries there. And like I said, don't be offended. So Jim, we're not going to make the $200 tonight that you had requested, which I'm very glad you did. Ross says, number one mistake, thinking the rights and freedoms you had in your country are the same as living in Thailand. That's what I said at the very beginning of the video. We are seen as third class with cash. That's true. That's true. Third class with cash. Matthew says, Thailand is freaking great. Yes, it is. I love Thailand, and I love being here for sure. But with all of that being said and done, if we could get 4 likes on the way out, at least we'll hit our 50 like number. And anybody that wants to contribute last minute, that would be awesome. If not, that's also awesome. Yep, that's right, Gordon. I agree 100%. I like the last part of Ross's comment the best. We are seen as third class with cash. That's something that most expats don't understand, and I really wish they would, because they're so used to, especially if they had money. Prep for it says I liked it an hour ago. If they have a lot of money in the States, you know, they tend to be on that higher tier, that higher ranking or whatever. And if not, it makes for a very awkward situation. So anyway, with all that being said, Ross says in Thailand, men are seen as first class, women are, and we will leave that right there. I'll let you guys read that. I'm not going to read it out loud, but you guys can read it. With that being said, Jim, thank you for your great effort in trying to get some positive cash flow at all. JT says, no offense taking it out. I'll delete the comment if need be. Yeah, I wasn't, like I said, don't take it personally. It doesn't my own personal reasons. I didn't want that up there. No offense against you at all, brother. Everybody else, thank you so much, Roger. And I believe it was Matthew that gave the $20 super sticker. Yes, JT, expats equals walking ATMs. That's viewed a lot that way. Roger and Jim, and I don't miss anybody. Matthew. I don't think I missed anybody, but if I did, thank you guys so much for contributing to the channel. Really goes a long way. You really don't understand how much a little bit goes a long way here. So I thank you tremendously from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it very much. Look for some content coming out over the weekend, and tomorrow we will have our normal Saturday live stream, which will take place at sometime around between 9 and 9:30 ish on the East Coast of America, and so it'll be between 8 and 8:30 here in Bangkok. I'll post that a little bit later. So I have another live stream with another topic, and if we get a lot of engagement, we'll keep going like we did today. And if we don't, then we won't. So if you can find 4 people to hit the thumbs up button on the way out, that'd be awesome. That'd give us 50 exactly, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for making this a wonderful day and a wonderful live stream. I hope everyone learned something, and if you like this video enough to give it credibility, then please share it on your social media. Share it with everybody you know. Anybody thinking about coming to a Southeast Asian country, especially Thailand. That being said, this channel, Domorelife, is for travel, fun, photography, and education. And whatever you do today, guys, whatever you do, find your own way to do more life. I will see you tomorrow.